Well, hello. I have nothing really important to tell you about the next video. Just sitting here, a girl and her dog who is watching a squirrel. And she is not going to move her gaze for anything. So just want to wish everybody a happy weekend and enjoy the video. So, all right, ready?
You want to wait for her?
She's
Is
gone.
she here?
Yeah, she's right behind you over your shoulder.
Okay, good. I didn't know she came back.
Yeah.
The holidays were okay? Hectic or not so hectic?
Not so hectic. You know, nobody did anything.
Nobody came, nobody anything, same here.
Right.
So what was a holiday that wasn't?
You know, and for 1 year we can live. You know, doing Christmas and New Year's on Zoom.
Yeah.
That is an obnoxious fire alarm. Usually it's because they're testing something.
Right.
But we'll see. If we start to smell smoke, we'll run. Okay? Deal?
Right.
I mean, we're the closest to the doors of anybody.
Don't bother me.
Yeah.
Put up with that in the hospital about 40 years, so
You what?
put up with that sort of thing in the hospital for over 40 years, so I'm used to all that.
Yeah. So speaking of, you're feeling good? Everything's going well?
As I said, as far as I know.
As far as you know. Okay. Did you have a very quiet Christmas and New Year's?
Very quiet.
And everyone in your family is healthy and...
As far as I know, you know, you don't see them, you don't really get a chance, so.
Well,
as far as I know, everything's okay.
Oh, thank
No
goodness
news
it
is good
stopped.
news.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are having way more phone actual conversations than they used to before COVID.
Right.
We were a text society. And I know
That's
that
what it is. I missed my last appointment, that's why they're so long.
so long, yeah. Right, so...
Any trips planned?
No.
Not with this going on, huh?
No, I haven't planned any. Yeah, in fact, I'm having my staff, when they do reminder calls, because we still do those. One of the other reasons to please reschedule your appointment, besides if you have symptoms or,
Right.
I'm asking anybody who's been on a plane in the last 2 weeks to please reschedule.
That's smart.
So, I just,
Now they're talking about variants, you know, the British and the African, now I heard Japan and
South Africa.
who knows, well, who knows what else is gonna come, you know?
But you know, every virus mutates.
Right.
But I was listening to an ICU doctor talk yesterday, actually, on the Howard Stern show.
Right.
And he was saying that in the ICU, by this time in the winter, they usually have at least a dozen people in the ICU because of influenza.
Right.
And this year they've had 0 so far. And this is mid-January 2021, in case anybody was wondering when we're filming this. So, you know, having the masks and people isolating, the flu has gone way down this year. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Was.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been nice to go a whole year without having a cold, right?
Yeah,
This is the time of year when I usually end up in my doctor's with bronchitis.
really.
Yeah, once a year. And he'll look back in the chart and say, well, I haven't seen you for a year, and it was this week in January, and it was the exact same thing.
I think the
So,
last time I got laid up with a cold was 10th grade.
yeah. What's
That
your
was-
secret?
That was back in the 50s.
Yeah, what's your secret?
Luck.
Okay. All right, so let's get these all thinned out and smoothed out. And is it 4 months?
Well, yes, the last one, I called about 2 months ago to cancel that, and it's now again. Long time, so. Finally got a new doctor.
A new what?
A new doctor, the one I had went to the Mayo Clinic.
Oh,
Same clinic.
your oncologist or your primary care?
Primary
Okay.
oncologist. I go to an endocrinologist, and I go to the state service, Darrell Krieger. It's in the North Bengal, Mount Voyager Health.
Oh, so he moved to Mayo, huh?
No, Gupta did.
Okay.
Van Gupta moved to Mayo.
Oh.
Darrell's been with North Clinic, now Voyager Health for over 30 years.
Yeah.
Plus he's got a doctor that's been training for endocrinology back east somewhere.
Just relax.
Really quick. Well, I've got a new furnace,
Yeah.
new space heater, new air, new water heater, and a new roof comes on in the spring. Thanks to the insurance company. That's the second time an insurance company replaced the roof of mine.
Did you get hit by hail?
Hail, all the time, hail damage.
Wow.
shouldn't have to worry about getting under that again.
Yeah.
Well, that last furnace lasted for almost 30 years. No kidding. They kept saying, don't replace it. They won't make them like this anymore.
Right.
And it was a strange name. A name I was surprised. I thought it was some special furnace sounding name, but it wasn't.
Huh.
It was a name like somebody that named Dr. Stevens or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it feels good to have everything replaced and new and ship shape and...
Right. And we were told when they got done, you gotta have it inspected by the city and by the state.
Uh-huh.
So we got hold of both of them. The first one was done on the phone, went downstairs with the phone and held the phone by different things he wanted to look at. That was it. Inspection over, we passed.
Wow.
And the one for the state is gonna be done on FaceTime this morning when I get back.
Well, that's interesting.
So nobody stopped at the home.
Yeah.
I wonder if this Corbin business had anything to do with that, I don't know.
You know, it was interesting on the Nextdoor app. People have been talking about one particular heating and air conditioning company
Right,
that does a lot of advertising on TV.
right,
And they said they came in and they red tagged the furnace and said, we can't get parts and you can't use it, it's dangerous. And that happened to me in my first house. So then I had, so they said we had a different company come out and it was a $35 fix. But, you know, but that other company, and this seems to be how they function.
That's the way they operate, yeah.
Yeah, and,
Has anybody taken the course?
you know, that wasn't part of the
Oh, was it?
thread, the conversation.
Yeah,
Socks
okay.
down here?
Yeah, in the shoe. Each one has
Yep.
its own.
Okay.
Is that the left foot, the left shoe?
Yep, that came out of the left
Okay,
shoe.
good.
Yep, I always look for where the big toe has stretched it out, so I put it back on the same foot.
All right, good.
All right, so everything looks good, so we'll see you back then in a couple of months.
Couple months of the day, right?
Yep.